Unschooling is not a very familiar concept for the Indonesians. They believe that children have to attend school for the sake of their future, and thus who didn't attend school often labeled as someone who's uneducated or a failure. However, that's not true at all. Some parents believe that their children doesn't have to attend school for the sake of their future, and that's why some parents choose to get their children homeschooled. Homeschooling usually follows a specific curriculum, just like the ones in school. Unschooling, on the other hand, is different. Instead of following the normal curriculum, the parents give their children the freedom to choose what they want to learn. And this is what makes us believe that the unschooling method is much more superior than normal homeschooling or even schooling itself. There are 3 points or 3 arguments that I will talk about in here as to why the unschooling method is much more superior than the normal homeschooling or even the schooling itself. The first argument is that the children are given much more freedom and thus it will reduce their stress level. Not every children are the same. They have different intelligence, different skills, and different capability. However, the strict curriculum that the school has set pressured the children to excel in absolutely everything they have provided. This will cause them to feel stress and it has greatly damaged the mental health of so many students, even the ones with such a young age. The second argument is that the children doesn't have to excel in everything. Like I've explained in the first argument earlier, not all children are the same. Some are born to be a doctor who doesn't need to learn geography. Some are born to be athletes who doesn't need to learn algebra. Some are born to be artists who doesn't need to learn sociology. Regular schooling, who already sets a curriculum, force the children to excel in everything. They didn't need that. Unschooling allows the children to choose what they want to learn. Therefore, they can focus on a specific subject of their interest instead of trying to excel in everything like the jack of all trades but ended up being the master of none. The third argument is that the children can become more emotionally intelligent. How does unschooling can make one become emotionally intelligent? There are 3 points that I will explain in here. So the first one is that the unschooling allows the children to choose what they want to learn, which means there has to be an understanding and agreement between the parents and the children. This level of understanding can only be achieved when the parents and the children have a deep bond and connection paired with a high level of trust. The positive environment from the trust and the understanding between the parents and the children would help their children to grow with a great emotional intelligence. The second point is that the parents are the ones who provide the education for their own children. In other hands, they're the ones who taught their own children. And this also means that they'll be spending a lot of time with their children and they will be with them through the stage of their growth. And thus, the child will have a great emotion. The child can have a great emotional growth which followed by a good emotional intelligence compared to the ones that lacks of parents figure in their life. This also deepens the emotional bond between the children and the parents. The third one, the children can be independent. Unschooling doesn't mean that the children is dependent on their parents. Instead, just by letting the children to choose what they want to learn, it makes their own agenda and their own studying pace to their liking and also schedule, already playing a great role of showing the children what independency is by letting them making their own choices. So, in conclusion, the unschooling method is way superior than homeschooling and normal schooling because the children are given much freedom and thus it will reduce their stress level. The children doesn't have to endure the pressure to be excel in everything and they can only focus on one specific subject or the subjects of their interest only. And the children can become more emotionally intelligent because they have a great bond with their parents built with trust and understanding, plus they are given the freedom and the independency. Therefore, that we agreed on supporting the rise of the unschooling with all of this reason. Thank you.